to episode number 11 of the Soggy Kookaburra podcast. My name's Kathy. I'm coming to you from a small town in North Wales where I live with my husband, our teenage son, and our two cats, Pickle and Puka. If it's your first time visiting this little podcast, then welcome aboard the crafty train. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you again so much for coming to join me while I talk and chatter and ramble on about all my knitting and crochet adventures. So today is Sunday, the 10th of February 2019. I am a week late. Normally I try to do my podcast on the first Sunday of every month. However, I was struck down with the nasty cold that seems to be going around this area at the moment last week, and I figured that you probably wouldn't want to listen to me coughing and spluttering. So I decided to postpone for a week, but I am here now. I am fully recovered, more or less, and I've got some fun, crafty stuff to show you. I've got my coffee. Stuck the coffee machine on this morning. I've done my housework, so now I'm totally ready to show you where I'm up to with my projects. FYI, you can find me on Ravelry as the Soggy Kookaburra. Feel free to follow along. And we also have a small group on Ravelry, so if you've got any burning questions, you can either ask them down below in the comments, or you can leave a question on our Ravelry group. It's the Soggy Kookaburra, I can't even speak this morning, the Soggy Kookaburra group on Ravelry. Feel free to join us, and shall we crack on? Okie doke. Oh, and as always, if you enjoy this podcast and you'd like to see more, feel free to subscribe, and then you'll get a little notification when I upload, usually once a month, and it's usually the first Sunday in every month when I'm not, lying in bed feeling sorry for myself covered in snot. Right. All that out of the way, let's crack on. Truthfully, haven't been doing a lot of knitting this month. Obviously being ill and work has been very, very busy as well. But I am very pleased with, if you recall, I started my first ever sweater project. So I'm using this beautiful yarn by Drops, and it is Drops Air, and it's a medium thick blow yarn made of baby alpaca and merino wool in this lovely peacock colorway. It is super duper soft and squishy and lovely, and the actual yarn, it almost, you probably can't really see, but it's got a lovely halo and it almost looks woven. It's really beautiful, just loving it. So my first ever sweater project, as you know, if you've seen this podcast before, I do tend to stick to socks and mittens and other small items, but I thought over Christmas, do you know what, I'm going to have a go at this. So the lovely Tina from Simply and Stitches on YouTube, I highly recommend you check her out. She is doing a video step-by-step tutorial, and as Tina was the one who taught me how to knit socks, when she announced that she was doing a sweater tutorial, I was all over it like a rash. So this particular pattern is called Winter Wine by Drops Design. It's a free pattern. You can find it on Ravelry or on the Drops website. And let me show you where I'm up to. So it's a top-down raglan. And I have just finished this morning. I have finished the body. I mean, I am not a small person, so this is not a small sweater. But I've tried it on and it fits very nicely. I love the colour. It's super soft, and even just wearing this bit of it, like a body warmer, so warm. Really, really warm. I think because it's so airy, it just holds the air and keeps it nice and warm. So it's really, really pleased with it thus far. You see those raglan sleeves. And as I say, I've just, I did make it slightly longer because I've got quite a long torso. And I have just bound off, you can see my tags, I haven't even sewn in the ends yet. I have literally just bound off the ribbing at the base. So next up is the sleeves, and I'm quite looking forward to getting on with those. I feel like I've done, because it's just miles and miles of stockinette in the round, I feel like the sleeves are going to go a bit quicker. They should do anyway, on smaller circulars. So I used an 80 centimeter 5mm circular needle for most of this. I did use a 4.5mm 40 centimeter needle for the neck, just so that it was a little bit snugger. And the pattern does recommend that you use the 4.5 millimeter 80 centimeter needle for the ribbing at the bottom. But because I'm quite hippie, I decided I didn't really want it to suck in at the base. I wanted it more straight, so I just stayed with the 5 millimeter needles for the rib, and I'm really quite pleased with how it's come out. Not bad for a first attempt, I think, anyway. It does look lovely, and I have been reliably informed that once it's been washed and blocked, the yarn will bloom, which should hide any little errors. Also, because it's quite fluffy, or fluffy, it is quite forgiving. I did make a small error on the waist shaping. I'm not quite sure where my brain was at. I shouldn't knit when I'm not well. But the idea was you did 3 lots of decreases, knitted for a bit, and then did 3 lots of increases. But for some reason, my increases at the end turned out to be decreases. So I had to do quite a big sort of lump of increases here. Only 2 or 3 stitches, so it actually isn't that bad. And as I say, I'm quite a hippie shape, so it sort of worked out okay anyway, and it is very, very forgiving yarn for that. So yeah, I mean, all a learning experience. I'm hopeful that once it's washed and blocked, once I've done the sleeves obviously, that the little increases you can just see, they're quite obvious to me because I'm looking, but then they're also under the arm section, so you know, it may be that nobody else would ever notice. Anyway, so I am ridiculously proud of myself so far. For those of you who regularly knit larger items of clothing, larger than a pair of socks, for example, you're probably sort of looking at me and rolling your eyes. But for me, actually getting to this stage with this project is a big deal because I'm notorious for getting bored with projects quite quickly. So the fact that I'm now onto the sleeves, or will be. I'm going to start them this afternoon, I think. Yeah, I'm really, really pleased. And I'm so chuffed with how it's coming out. I just love the colour. And hopefully I will get quite a bit of wear out of it once it's done. So yeah, looking forward to that. So next episode, hopefully I'll be able to show you where I'm up to with the sleeves. And as I think I mentioned last podcast, my very dear friend Emma over in the States, we're doing a bit of a sweater along. So she's doing the same pattern, quite a few sizes smaller than me, in a really lovely moss green in the same yarn that drops air. And yeah, hers is looking fantastic as well. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing her next time, and we can wear matching jumpers. It'll be fun. So other than my sweater, and I have been pretty monogamous with my sweater because it's just such lovely mindless knitting for the most part, except for those increases and decreases. So it's just round and round and round, so I've been doing a lot of that. But I have also been knitting on a pair of socks, well, sock singular at this stage. If you recall, I was doing a pair of socks with blue and purple stripes, and I've put them to one side. They've gone into the naughty corner. I'm not loving the yarn. I love the pattern. I love the colours. But I'm just not, the quality of the yarn is not great. So it's kind of, I'm actually tempted to just frog it and put it to one side until I find something else to do with it. Because I'm just not loving it. I don't want to knit it. So, you know, knitting is supposed to be a fun hobby. So if I'm not enjoying it, so yes, I've decided to put that to one side, and I am actually planning a trip over to visit my friend Emma in the States in September, and she casually mentioned that her partner very much likes hand knitted socks, and so I think I would like to try and do a pair of socks for him. I've got his shoe size now, so I think I'm going to sort of choose one of the more manly colours. Unlike Stu, I don't think that Emma's partner would probably go for the brightly coloured stripes like my fella. But yeah, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to maybe start a pair of socks for him as well as work on this. Anyway, gosh, rambling today. I feel like I'm going a million miles an hour, which is not good because I haven't got a lot of content, truthfully. Right, so this is the yarn that my husband bought for me for Christmas. It's opal, and it's got a, what's it called? It is called Symphony de Trome. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Apologies to whatever language that is, because I've probably very much mispronounced it. It's colorway 9617. It's German sock yarn, so 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. It's lovely, very, very nice. And I absolutely love how this is working up. So you can sort of see I've just passed the heel and the gusset, so I'm just down to doing the foot now. And I gotta say, it's just a vanilla sock. I've not done anything fancy with the pattern because I wanted the sort of colours to really shine. So it's just a 2x2 rib, 64 stitch cast on, and then just plain knitting with a modified Eye of Partridge heel. And I really love how the heels come out. Like, I'm really chuffed with that. Totally unintentional. I won't be able to match it, I'm quite sure. Doesn't that look great? I love the modified Eye of Partridge heel. I love this effect. Not only does it give it extra strength, but it's really pretty. I really like it. I have seen it where it's just in rows, in stripes, if you like, instead of this diamond pattern, but I do like the diamond pattern. So yes, I'm very, very pleased. It's such a great combination of colours. So with the pink and the blue and the green and this kind of browny patterning here. I just think it's really great. It's great fun to knit, and I'm going to very much enjoy wearing these. These are definitely for me. My son can keep his eyes off them. They're mine. He's actually put in an order for another couple of pairs of socks because the ones I made him for Christmas he enjoys wearing so much. And I'm like, oh, but they're so huge. It's that awful. But he's got such big feet, and it just take me forever to knit a pair of socks. So anyway, really, really chuffed with that. I love this yarn. I actually think my mum saw it on Instagram, and I think she's ordered it for herself because she likes the colours as well. So it'll be interesting to see how other people's socks come out in this. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that anyway. I'm really chuffed. So like I said, I haven't really been working on it a great deal. The sweater has been the priority, but yeah, all good. And what else have we got going on? As I say, I really haven't been doing a lot of knitting. I've gotten back into my pen paling, so I've been writing a lot of letters, and obviously I can't knit and write at the same time. I am still standing firm with my yarn ban, so I made a resolution in January. It basically was that I was not going to buy any more yarn until I went to visit my friend in the States in September. And so far so good. I was very tempted yesterday because I went to a craft shop and they had some lovely yarn, but no, I'm being strong. No more yarn. I do not need more yarn at this stage. So yeah. What else have we got going on? Oh, our 50 subscriber giveaway. That is getting closer. Thank you to those of you who have recently subscribed. I did notice a little jump in subscription numbers. So when we get to 50, we're going to do a little giveaway, and it's going to be basically a sock starter kit. So I use 9-inch circular needles. That's how I knit my socks. And I do the whole sock on that. I don't go over to DPNs or anything for the heel. It's all done on the 9-inch circulars. It's so easy. So I'm going to put together a little prize pack that will include a skein of yarn and a set of these 9-inch circular needles and a stitch marker and basically everything you need to knit a pair of socks. So yep, spread the word, guys. When we get to 50 subscribers, I'll give you more information about how to enter, but that's what we're planning on. We are getting closer. So hopefully by the summer we'll be there. Anyway, I know this is a really short episode. As I said, don't have a lot of content, but hopefully you've enjoyed seeing where I am up to, and with any luck, next month I'll have had a chance to sit down and do a bit more knitting. I'll have gotten started on those new gift knits for my friend's partner, and yeah, all good. So hope you have a wonderful crafty month, and I shall see you again in March. Bye.